somewhere? Oh,
Wait, is it on the shiny
girder?
piece of metal?
Now, is this on the shiny piece of metal? The pilot would like to know, the crumpled piece?
It is. It is on the shiny metal, yes.
On the crumpled
It's about
piece
2
or on
your left-hand dot?
where the lasers are now?
On the crumpled piece.
Okay. Yes,
the
pilot,
left of the
on the
laser?
crumpled piece, if we could zoom in. I
Maybe
don't
right to
actually
the
see
right of the
anything,
Now above
but
the laser?
Okay.
it's above the lasers,
Can go in all
apparently.
the way video.
I see. Right.
Okay, here we
You see
go,
it?
zooming on
Yeah,
this,
On the left, on the top, there's
Okay.
on the left,
right there.
on the top,
Oh yeah.
there is writing. Yep.
Almost at the very edge of that crumpled piece.
Yep.
Yes, we see it.
S-I-N or B-I-N or
N1S maybe.
It's definitely an
maybe
S.
it's a 6-I-N. Very near the top now.
Yes.
One in,
We're
one.
zoomed in on
I
it.
think
You'll see
it's-
it in a moment.
MNIS, but it's kind of upside down.
It's assumed, the pilot suggests it's MNIS. M
Okay.
as
Is that a
in,
name?
it says
I-N-I-S?
M
Yeah.
as in Mary,
Something on the side
Yes.
too.
Mary, Ivan, Nancy, Ivan, Sam.
Oh, that was an
Yeah.
A.
Could be
There was
two,
an
no,
A,
two
too,
ones. Too.
in the one he just shows.
It does look like stenciled writing.
I think there's more above the top of it. Can you get above the top of it to see?
I'm not sure,
goes
but
around
I'll
the
ask.
bend?
We'll head up there.
I'll come.
Okay, will you come out wide for this?
Yes, full wide.
Okay.
See if we can.
Yeah, I'll head up there.
Thank you, pilot.
You're welcome. I'm not sure if the last one was an I or a 1.
Jeremy, this is
Right.
Rich. I'm wondering if that's some kind of a generic aluminum stock stenciling or something like that that would be on there, like Alclad. Sometimes you see.
I agree with that. That's what I'm thinking. It could be just whatever the raw duralumin sheet had printed on it when it went to the factory and it's formed with it.
Okay, you want to come in partial now video?
I was going to take a look at the
Keep going.
ACL section of the parts mount, just
There, hold
with the
there.
actual component.
Holding.
Okay, you can go in tight now.
Coming in slowly. I'm going to come out just a bit.
Yeah.
And an
Yeah, there is more, but I can't read
it.
that numbers right there.
Yeah.
Will you take my camera, co-pilot?
Markings
Which camera?
on it.
Which camera?
You're
It's
good.
on the interior
Lighter color.
part of
Yes, there is more writing here. There's an H and an S.
That might be a metal hardness or a metal treatment code.
No, this is an H below and an
Yeah.
S above.
Yeah.
The US.
And then there's an MINIS on the other side.
Up top looks like BD maybe or
could be
8D.
finished.
Yeah, ISH, NIS. Yeah, ISH, NISH, yeah.
NISH.
Oh, there's more letters up top. I'm going to go up there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a CO or is those just barnacles?
No, that's something.
There's some white
Logo, there's something.
marks
Lighter color.
at the upper part of the screen. There are several.
And
There's
then
some
tilts up a
markings
bit more.
above the first one.
There's more over there.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, tilt up for me.
Tilting up.
I don't know if those are growth though. CO. Oh. They almost look too simple to be writing.
I'd say you're right, Jeremy. It does look like it could say
Looks
finish.
like I
Good call.
say something finish.
I don't know. Okay, we happy with that watch lead?
I think so.
That
Thank
bend is
you.
right in the middle. Yeah.
So
It is
I
impressive.
believe what you wanted to do is go around to
What's
look
that?
straight on to the front of the nacelle. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right.
It's
Okay.
impressive what they can see back.
I know.
watch the
It's
pilot.
better than we can.
Yes.
See that right?
Okay, pilot. Yes, front on view of the nacelle.
Okay.
Next thing to do.
We're hoping to spot like a
So one question-
rectangular aluminum plate that should be riveted to the crankcase itself, if it's still present.
Folks on shore, we can
Okay, you wanna go
hear
in partial?
ancillary conversation. So if you do not have your phone muted
That's good.
or your audio connection muted when you're speaking with one another, it makes it confusing to all of us out on the ship.
So we're looking at the lower edge of the engine nacelle, so there would have been a scoop there that's been crushed. You can see there along the top there. And definitely one of the first things to hit the water in terms of that damage from that. So this is a radial engine.
Parents
And
look the
so
same.
it would have been mounted on
Yeah.
a ring, and so you would have had two systems of exhaust collectors, that would be the exhaust for the engine to help drive the turbo, as well as just remove the exhaust from the engine overall. And then you're looking at just behind the engine to see what's inside that nacelle. So behind it would be oil tanks, the accessories, all the gear. So there'd be a lot of hoses and wires, controls. And that's why the B-29 had a dedicated flight engineer who was just monitoring the engine on the airplane in flight. Very sophisticated system. And the story of the R3350 has one in its own right, that it was an engine that was designed very quickly, but into production, and all the teething problems were actually worked out in addition to them being installed in the new B-29 bomber. And so they easily overheated, and a lot of pilots were very reluctant to fly the airplane. And so Paul Tibbetts, who's one of the before
wanna come
becoming
wide video?
509th Composite Group's commander, flying the first atomic mission in history, he engaged women pilots to fly the B-29 to actually encourage male pilots to fly the airplane. And it was that old adage that it began in aviation in the 1920s, that if a woman can do it, anybody can do it. And that's actually what was a way to win over the male flight crews to take off in the B-29. So it was a very problematic engine, but it was the teething troubles were worked out. But we're looking at these reports of these crashes of these B-29s around spinning, and it's always an engine failure, an engine fire primarily. So these are very temperamental engines. They are 2,200 horsepower. If you think you have an 8,000 horsepower airplane sticking in the air with 15,000, 20,000 pounds of bombs, but they are the central element of that.
I can give you a couple more meters if you need it.
Okay.
We had to
Yep.
get the engines to create the thrust. The B-29 has four-bladed, 16-foot diameter
actually, should
propellers,
we head
some
on
of
to the
largest
next
ever
engine?
made for an airplane. We haven't seen those. I'm sure they were. I haven't seen the remnants of a propeller shaft or a hub or anything
Well, I'll head there.
yet. survey. So these are just, once again, the B-29 being this advanced, sophisticated airplane has this propulsion.
So which, is it this wing that's missing an engine or the next wing?
Pushing the limits of that
There's the wheel, so I
technology
guess
for
it's this wing, huh?
1965.
Okay, so there's 2 engines on the other side, huh? Yeah.
Okay, Patty, I think we can move along now. Gonna have to
Right, we are.
time.
Would you like to zoom in on the landing gear at all? I know we did that at the very beginning. And
Did
our
you ask
question
us?
is,
Yeah, we have
how much time do you want to spend looking around here, or would you like to head off to Juliet soon?
Yeah, we have about 6 hours, a little less than 6 hours left in the dive. So we'd like to know from you how you'd like to use that time. If you want to, as Patty mentioned, keep searching around this area or head off to Juliet.
I would like to continue the transit down here, and we can move along fairly quickly between these engines, I think.
Okay.
I think we want to take a look for any similar fire damage to see if it's actually fire damage or if it's just hot exhaust on these things. But,
Pilot, will you
Okay.
maybe tilt down a
Okay,
little?
thank
and
you,
get
Frank.
More of the tether. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
I'm also watching it over here.
I have one question. I don't know if you've
And I
been
have most
looking
of it
at
in
the
my fish
scanning
eye.
Go ahead.
sonar very much, but I was wondering if you've seen anything off in the distance, especially behind
Okay.
on the other side of the thing, down in that low area.
All right. The video, let's go in partial on this one.
So we're going to be zooming partial on this nacelle. Please guide us if you see something that looks particularly interesting with regard to your questions
You're
about
getting out
whether or
there,
not
too.
Videos.
this
Okay.
engine was on fire as well.
I'm not tugging it all yet, though. am I?
More of that.
Not yet.
Definitely.
Can we
I
go
think I can give you
toward the
about 2
rear
more
where that
meters
the
down. There's
crab-like
not going to
thing
give you
is
any
hanging out?
out.
More toward the rear where the shroud, okay. Pilot, if you could move toward the wing, more toward the
There's
rear.
I don't
Okay.
know its name, but there's a crab sitting on it.
There's a crab sitting on the target item. Do you see a crab?
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You
Good.
go in tight video.
I see it.
Crushed the duct.
Am I correct? This is Patty just asking a question of you folks. Am
Are
I
we going
correct
for
in
the numbers on
thinking
the
that the
metal?
damage to these 2 nacelles, the bottom of them, seems to be greater, so that perhaps this was the part of the plane
Should
that
we
hit the water
come
first?
back wide video. I think I'm getting too far away for this.
How did you notice the numbers?
Video, will you go wide? I'm going to get
That's
closer.
what I'm thinking.
Where do you see numbers?
Okay.
It
Our
was in that scene on the
This
upper
damage looks
left.
consistent with the other
Very
one as
small
well.
numbers on
It's
the
about the same.
aluminum.
All right.
Right.
Same sort of pitting, burn look, and wouldn't you agree, Megan?
Also, our videographer thinks he may have noticed that there may be some numbers, and he's going to guide the pilot to that location.
Okay. You
So
can go in
actually,
now, video.
pilot, yep, if you can take a look.
Turning slightly to keep you centered up.
Okay.
Give you the most view.
Numbers are in the bottom left corner.
Numbers apparently are in the bottom left corner. Does anyone on shore see this?
Left of lasers.
Left of the lasers.
Upside down, 3, 2, 1.
Upside down, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I see. Printed in the metal, yeah.
Repeating what
Is that a
the
621?
videographer is seeing.
them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're just down at the bottom, off of the bottom of the screen, right?
No, they're in the center, right?
See,
Oh,
Printed
there's
in there?
something on the bottom now, too.
do you?
Yeah, we see it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, pilot.
Good documentation. Good eye.
Oh, our videographers are the
Come
best.
back wide there. Just having some trouble at
And
this
there-
heading. Maybe we
there's-
should move Sirius 5 meters closer.
Okay.
Finish with that part.
I'm at
go
Well, I'm
back
at
towards the front of the engine as
333
we work our way back down the wings
degrees.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
just
good.
kind of see what that
5
one
meters to
little
333.
framework structure
okay.
is just to the
Well, pull up a little bit
left
there.
of the
Okay.
nacelle to the front. You can't see it in this image.
Yep.
If
Okay.
we pan by, we just take a look at it.
Do you mean the debris on the left side of the nacelle sitting in the sediment?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, pilot, the
Okay, the two metal hoops. That thing. Okay.
so we'll be zooming on that. The pilot is asking for a slight repositioning of the Sirius vehicle. Get a little more slack on the 30-meter cable from Sirius down to the ROV so we can maneuver a little better.
Okay, video. You can zoom in there.
And now we'll zoom.
Partial.
I think if we just
All right.
check I'll note
Go
the
in.
image so I can look at it later, but we don't need to hover over
Come up.
this.
So are you saying you're good with this?
Yeah.
Was that a yes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, pilot. I think they would like to look at the covering of the nacelle as well.
All right. Whenever you're done, video.
Pilot, you weren't talking about to me to come up right now, right?
No, I
Okay.
said I was. You're good. Okay, video. You can go in.
Partial.
Very good.
Might be more letters down there. It's like about 6 o'clock. No, 4 o'clock from the lasers.
You're welcome. The next one. All right. We're just moving serious. Anything else here while I wait a moment?
In the mean,
We're going to be moving Sirius a
meantime,
little
you look
bit,
at the
and
base
I
of
wonder,
the
is there anything
nacelle?
else here that you would like to get a zoom on
Do
in
let's zoom on
particular
this
while
curved
we're
object down here.
while we're moving a bit? There is something that's kind of circular in the bottom, or an arcuate object in the bottom of the screen going off, and some pieces of debris that are adjacent to the nacelle.
That move is done, so
Okay.
maybe just 30 seconds to swing from Sirius left.
Not much there. Okay, you can come back wide.
When you get repositioned, we would like to take a look on the other side of this particular engine.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead. Okay. Can give it a try.
All right, we are starting to move. You can see in the Sirius view that the cable to the Sirius is kind of taut here, so
Would you want
moving Sirius over will
Could do
permit
another.
the
Yeah.
ROV to move around a little bit more freely.
You want to do this one at maybe 340?
Yeah, keep you away. That'd be good.
Yeah, 340, 5 meters, 0.2.
Okay, video, you can zoom here.
So as we come around to this side of the nacelle, we're doing a zoom on the front. And looking a bit further back along the nacelle to the sides of it.
There's that object that's just coming in on the left, down in the sediment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Watch lead pilot.
Go ahead.
The piece of debris right next to the lasers.
Okay.
On the yep.
Go in
There you
tight on
go.
this.
There you go.
That's good.
So we're zoomed in on this.
Partial.
All right, we're just having a discussion here.
Okay.
Just getting yanked
Short base
around.
is
You
just
come
having
out
a
of-
discussion,
come out
pilot.
of touch video.
Partial.
Okay.
Watching the swing arm. Watch
We
your
thought it might have been one of the propellers or part of it.
starboard swing arm there.
Yeah, it looked like
Okay.
that.
Tether.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did look
It's
like
a little
that.
close. It's not on it yet. I can come up. Well,
Yeah, you can come up a bit.
okay.
I've got the current right behind me, so it really wants to swing me around.
Sure. I'm just trying to pop that up a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay, you can come wide video. Take a look around here.
I would ask anybody out there joining us on the side if there's anything they want to take a particular look at.
Yep. I'm wondering, shore-based archaeologists, if you, after looking at the second nacelle on this side of the wing, would like to try to move off to Juliet?
We
I
would
heard that
here
they
in
did
Hawaii,
approve
yes.
earlier, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they did it.
Science video's asking how tightly did we image the tires and the rim that's connected to?
The videographer is wondering if it's needed to return to the landing gear and take a look at the tires more closely.
Thank you, no.
And that was
Okay. Watch lead pilot.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the question about the landing gear, the answer from shore is no. They're satisfied with that, but would like to
All
look
right.
at this nacelle.
All right. Okay, video, you can go in
On
partial.
shore, is there any part of the nacelle that
That's
you
good.
would prefer to look at in close detail? Just let me know.
on this one. I'd like to see the very front of it.
The very front. Okay, watch lead pilot.
Go ahead.
Yep, just the very front of the nacelle on this one is what's of interest.
Okay. Go in a little tighter video. That's good.
I just wanted to take a closer look at that just to kind of see what that corrosion and deterioration was. So I've seen what I needed to see.
Okay, anyone else?
In Hawaii, I think we're good. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
No, we're done here
Okay,
as well.
watch lead pilot.
Go ahead, watch lead.
Thank you. Sounds like we are done here, and I will query whether we should move to Juliet.
All right. You can come
Folks on
wide
shore,
video.
are we ready to move to Juliet?
One question.
Okay.
Sorry. I had a question from you, but no. So in looking at this image, you see that it looks like the bottom just drops off. Has there been any readings of that area back there to see if there's anything back there? Is there a way just to kind of survey that? Or is that just see it from maybe Sirius or something?
Yeah, is there a way to get a look into that that lower area behind the wing as we go by?
Sure, sure. If we watch the pilot,
Yes.
the question from shore is there's an interest in seeing if there may be more debris on the seafloor
Behind where we are right now.
Yeah, what would have been behind the bottom of
Okay.
the aircraft, and so it would be
So to the east.
toward you.
'Cause
Yes.
I'm faced east now, roughly.
Yes.
Okay.
So can you come across the debris here and just scan to see if the back part of the plane might be on the seafloor beyond where we can look right now?
Yeah, we can do that. I'll go over there and have Sirius follow me around.
Okay, thank you.
I'll get well up in the water here so I don't disturb these two engines. Okay, you want to follow me?
Yes.
Okay, I've come up to 5 meters up.
Yeah, pilot, as an update on current, it looks like it's decreased even more.
So as we move along toward
Okay.
the
According to
east,
ADCP, there should be nothing.
that is more or less in the
where we're
direction
at
of
now.
Juliet. Juliet is east of this location, which is called Romeo, but a little north of it. So the Sirius vehicle up above the D2 ROV is giving us a view of the
A
seafloor.
shadow on the left-hand side, or just nothing?
On the left-hand side, a shadow. There.
Oh, you know what? It looks more like a shadow now that we pass over it.
Yeah, I think so. It looks just like an undulation
Okay.
in the sediment.
Yeah, sorry.
Nope, that's okay. So,
Hey,
pilot,
Wendy,
just
I'm not
continue
sure if you
east.
were on before.
if you
Did
could.
you get a look at all the engines, and did you get any interpretation as to, do you see that same sort of corrosion and almost burning maybe pattern on all of them, or 2 of them, or 3 of them, or what?
Is that just the wing
You know
tip?
what?
Yeah.
I saw it most on the first one and a little bit on the second one, like how you had pointed out in an ask.
Am I pulling you?
But
Oh,
on
you're
the
coming
third
around.
one,
Okay.
Yeah.
it
You
seemed
still want me to follow you, yeah?
a little
yeah.
bit more intact. But then again, we didn't look at it as much. So definitely on the first 2 that we looked at, which I don't know their numbers on the plane.
Okay, great. That's what I had seen. I just wanted to confirm with you. Thank you.
Definitely.
So we are actually moving eastward right now. The heading for the
Will you range my
ROV
sonar out?
is 352 and coming around toward north.
Absolutely. 30 or 50?
The Sirius
30 is
view
good.
covers a much
Co-pilot, are you
broader
happy with your
area,
sonar?
of course.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
So if you see anything of interest in the field of
Okay,
view,
I'm
please
gonna
let me
come
know.
back in. You can bring yourself back around to start heading a little northeast again.
Copy.
So I've passed over the plane over on the east side.
Right.
I'm just keeping an eye on it, and then I'll turn and scan around with my sonar and see if I see anything. Right now
Okay.
what we see there is the actual tail of the plane where we were before. So.
Okay. We are looking at the debris field that we saw initially in the main screen. And so what the pilot is going to be doing is scanning around, particularly using his sonar to see if he sees any more large fragments on the seafloor, which will show up as bright returns on the sonar imagery.
Okay, this is northeast from me. I can see out 30 meters. I don't see anything.
I'm not quite to northeast yet, but I'm just keeping you in my view.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, that's due east.
He was small.
So
blip.
our heading right now is
little shadow.
for the ROV is
Right over
It's
there.
definitely
That's
small though.
to the
coming
starboard
around
side
to
there.
due
Yeah.
east
Yeah.
right now, 90,
I thought I saw
88,
22 meters
86.
out.
I thought I saw it
Okay.
on Sirius too.
We have the sonar imagery up on the quad screen, which is your feed on the right of the three on the bottom of the screen. And our videographer is suggesting that if you want to have it full screen, just say, or if you'd rather see the images of the seafloor, that's fine too.
Okay, I'm going to drive back towards you, then we can look south, southeast.
South. Okay.
That works for us
I
there in
will.
that configuration. Thank you.
I'll just
Okay,
Try
thank
to,
you.
Try to get yourself. How come your heading won't come around?
Oh, you want me
Looks
to keep
good
going northeast?
as
I was
is,
just kind
video.
of keeping
Thank
you
you.
in my sight. I can look to the northeast.
So as we scan and move across to target Juliet, does anybody want to offer any theories based on what they've seen so far about the cause of crash for the plane? For what it's worth, my money would be on a ditching event, since the entire wing section seems to be intact as one piece, and seeing the damage on the bottom of the engine cowling. Would anybody like to add, argue, whatever
So that's
with
west
this
at the
theory,
plane.
just for the sake of discussion?
I'd like to see more before I start theorizing.
Southwest.
You got good readings to the north as well.
So as we move over toward Juliet, the pilot
So there's
is
something
moving the ROV.
south,
Can I follow you around there?
Yeah.
Right now, it's
hold
headed
on,
toward
let's, so it
the
sounds,
west right now.
Watch lead,
and-
it sounds like we want to get the ship moving towards Juliet. Is that correct?
Watch lead pilot, that is correct.
All right.
So
All right, now.
Washley's in pilot, so it's about 150 meters to Juliet.
We're not
Okay.
sure yet.
Would you just want to do a quick transit at point 3?
No, since we have immediate response, we could just do a bunch of
I'm sorry, onshore.
40-meter moves,
Can
maybe?
you repeat
Okay.
that comment?
Would you want to travel at point 2 then?
Yeah. So which direction is it?
In Silver
So we're going
Spring, we're
northeast, mostly
we're
north,
not
south
sure
a little bit.
which site we're looking at.
All right, let's get ourselves lined up here.
We're kind of looking over these
Juliet's
accident
right here.
reports and with
Okay.
the
So to move Sirius, it's
listings
exactly
of crashes that might be in that
33
this
degrees.
specific location.
150.
It's just not really gelling with some of the reports in terms of, we've got
You can range my
reports
sonar
say
out
one
maybe
engine
more to 50.
fire
Yeah.
on a
Alright.
specific
I'll
engine where
lateral
we're
over if
looking
you bring
at
yourself
an
to,
airframe that has a
33.
very one engine is specifically missing, but then we have evidence that looks and appears
Still
to be
fairly strong
fire
current in the
damage
northwest.
on at least two of the other engines, and so I think probably
The
just
current is
getting down
starting
and
to
kind
shift direction though up
going
top.
through those reports and then maybe broadening the search to see what other reports
top it
might
is?
say,
Slightly.
just to kind of get an indication. And then
I'm at
also
33.
looking at the primary sources like an accident report. I mean, this is information that's been taken from a crew who's just come out of a crash. And so maybe there is a mix-up on which engine, but I think usually those guys are pretty straight on with their what happened, and they can tell that because they're used to doing that because every mission they fly, they're debriefed. And so they're used to doing that, and they're used to that
All right, you can
drama
call
and
that
that
movement if you
stress
want
and that
now.
tension.
Alright, just do 40
But, I
at
think
point
just kind of
2.
sitting down and maybe looking at reports and kind of looking at the
And if
information and
you
the
don't find
pictures,
anything, we'll just do
maybe
another
trying
40
to
right
put
away.
those puzzle pieces together to see what it might be.
Okay, folks on shore, I am seeing something in the upper left
Video
of
pilot.
the screen, and I'm
Please zoom on
wondering
this.
if we want to take a look at that. Could debris be scattered widely from this particular aircraft?
Okay, come wide.
Yeah, I would expect the debris to be pretty scattered.
There seems to be something just up to the left.
Maybe take a look.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there should be a wide scatter field of small debris. Right over to the left.
That's actually the
Looking
northern
from the
wingtip.
above shot, it looks like we're about to come up on a larger piece of debris structure.
Yeah, that's the tip of the wing. Where
I'm sorry,
the ship just
folks
got moving, so
on
Sirius
shore.
is underway, and we're
We actually are looking at the
moving
same
along.
debris we were looking at before. Ship is
After this,
underway,
anything
and Sirius is moving, but it takes a while to get the ROV out of the area that we were just in. So we're looking at the same thing.
All right, let's keep a close eye on our sonars. Anything after this will be new. Don't see much out there. 50 meters up.
Yeah, it should be pretty flat. Both Romeo and Juliet are on the same elevation on high.
Are we at the end of that move already?
No.
Copy.
We're only 20 meters in.
Nice.
Some round object next to the lasers. Do you want to zoom on that, Carl?
Yeah, go ahead, video. It's like a seal, maybe?
Seal or gasket?
Yeah. Okay, whenever you're done. Okay, looks like Sirius is moving.
Yeah, we have about 10 meters left in that move.
I'm just generally facing northwest into the current, and then once in a while I'll swing around to scan with my sonar. Video, want to get a zoom on this object?
It's a bottle.
Bottle. Yeah.
Possibly bottle. Huh.
Yeah, it looks like a wine bottle. Okay, you come what? All right, I'm going to scan to the north. Nothing there. Northeast.
Plenty of tether to play with.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think you... Something on
We
sonar?
got something up there.
Yeah. Ooh, something big.
To the northeast? How far away? Oh, that's like a that's a ditch.
Yeah.
But there are three little holes.
35 meters, and then
so
those 3 holes.
20
are
meters
25.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
They're probably depressions behind.
Little hills.
The depression behind something from the current.
In the quad
We call that
screen,
scour marks. Yes.
the pilot and co-pilot are discussing some
Yeah, and this
shadows
is the side of the plane that had scour.
that
You got a
we're
good little
seeing.
dip there, then.
Yeah. We do have to. I think the cable area was closer to Juliet, so keep an eye on everything.
Okay.
So there may be either
It's
some
pretty flat
undulations
here.
in the seafloor or some objects that are just in front of
So
the
that
ROV,
move,
but
just
slightly
ended.
to the
Do you
right.
want another one, or do you want to move for a little?
I don't
Look
see
back
anything in
these
the
directions.
Sirius view, and we are turning to port to the left, scanning back and forth as we move toward
That's
Juliet.
roughly north.
That sounds like a good approach.
Well, let's see. Maybe we
Look
should
around
head
as
for
you
those
go.
3
Right.
depressions as we go.
Might as well look at them.
Yeah.
So I am. Let me just get faced at them again. They were northeast roughly, right?
Yeah.
Which is the way we're going.
5-0 or something?
There is a
I can see
report
your
of
shadow
a
on mine.
cable
Yeah.
between the positions
gone
of
now.
Romeo and Juliet, so
yeah.
the pilots are keeping an eye
Okay.
out for
Well, let's
that
just
as well.
go maybe 040 because I think they were a little off to starboard.
Yeah.
And I'm off to starboard too. So.
Do you want just 30 meters or 40? They were about 37, I think.
We could do another 40.
Copy. 40 at 40. Calling it in.
Pilot, I'm still having difficulty imaging the background. It still looks like there's too much light immediately in front of the vehicle.
Too much light in the foreground.
I can
Yes.
check the upper swing arms. You want me to do that?
Yeah, maybe tilt them forward like we do sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
So the pilot's asking the co-pilot to tilt the lights a bit more forward,
Oh, that's going to be worse.
and that will illuminate the
Or,
seafloor a little
sorry,
bit
stow the
further
uppers,
away
yeah.
Slightly.
from the
Yeah.
ROV.
the angle they're at, but forward instead of aft.
Yeah, I got you.
So you can see a slight rise in the sediment surface in front of us, and that is showing up on the sonar image
Never mind, that's a bad
Yeah, you
camera to
can't see
use.
it.
in the
Okay, I'll just go
upper
based on this.
left
Seriously,
quadrant.
the port one looks pretty good.
Frank, that backscatter image that you were looking at, the bathymetry, when was that taken?
I believe that was on leg 2, the bathymetry.
How's that? Any better?
Oh, I'm
I'm sorry,
sorry.
Is that any better video?
I'm sorry.
It's on 2 different
not really.
surveys. It will indicate.
It is very white
the
sand. I
survey
don't know if
was
you saw when we
from.
zoomed. It's all
On
little
the
white shells.
image, I
See
think
that? I wonder if maybe if we
there's information about which survey it's from.
came another meter
But
off the
one was
bottom.
done by the Navy
Oh, we
about
could do that.
2010,
Normally you like to be
and
close.
the other one, the Okeanos Explorer survey, I believe, was done in
I've got
May.
these. bright
I mean,
rings in my
the
camera.
targets that
or
we're
my
looking
screen.
at today
We got
appear
a
in
bunch
both
of
data
little
sets.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason I was
Possibly something
asking
big.
was if there might
I
have
don't
been
know yet.
changes because of the
Where's the
storm and
something
it might
big?
have been covered
I've
over.
seen
But
this
if
shadow
there's a recent one,
next
then
to the
I don't
craft there.
worry
Yeah,
about that.
hiding
Thanks.
behind the crafts. It's kind
Yeah.
of to tell.
That's an interesting question, actually, because I was thinking of that too. It's been about 5 years since that first survey,
Right in
and the
front of you
targets
now.
look pretty much the same.
You want me to follow you around or keep on this
I'm just
position?
trying to hold the sonar here.
If you tilt the
Didn't
camera
you
up,
say the
also
second one was
could,
more recent, like May? So if it still showed
shoot
up,
more
then
the
it shouldn't be
distance.
covered over.
For our mangrove area for the canal.
Yeah, why don't you turn to follow me? How much is left in the ship?
I think only 10 meters. I can stop it, put it in a new direction.
Yeah, why don't you just stop it here and we can rotate around?
Yeah, this target we're moving to now, we call Juliet, is
So how far
well,
away
their
now? It's still
secondary
20 meters ahead
target.
of us.
To 5 meters.
It's, I believe, 200, 250 meters away. In the multi-beam sonar data, it looks a little bit smaller than this first target. You have to remember that the multi-beam
So do you want to
sonar image doesn't provide a very good
30
image
meter
of
move?
an object. It's
Matt.
really what
Probably
indicated this target was the fact
090.
that it was
090 due east?
a hard, basically a hard
Sure.
object on
I'm starting
a
to pull
sandy
him.
bottom. Looks unusual.
So I can
That's
give you a
why
couple.
we decided to dive here.
I don't
And
wanna get too
that's
much
the same
closer to ground.
situation
I
with
will put that
Juliet.
in.
All right, thanks, Nav.
It just appears to be a bit smaller than the first target.
How far was that going to be?
3-0.
And
3-0,
the fellow who helped us out a lot in pulling this targets out of the data was Gary Fabian.
Maybe nothing.
And he's done some really good work for us.
It's
We
only
really
it's
appreciate
like
his help.
45 degrees off our normal path for a little jog over. Go ahead, Jim. Okay.
Yeah, Frank, this is Shirley. As so often is the case, many of these efforts involve collaboration among a number
It's
of
pretty cool. You can
partners
see
to
the
make
grading
the
on the
mission
seafloor.
successful.
Yeah.
My lights.
Yeah.
They're so intense there.
That was nuts.
Those collaborations always make the best projects,
There's
I
actually kind of similar depressions straight port of me too. It could just be these bumps.
This one just looked a little bigger, but I don't know. I don't see a real hard return in front of it.
Want to change my resolution to medium for a moment?
Because I'm facing it, and I don't see... Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Set to medium.
So you guys want to talk about what we would do?
No, he said to ignore it for today.
Okay.
Alright, ship is moving.
For those of you who heard that announcement in the background, we have a fire drill here, so don't be alarmed.
I'm not sure. Can anyone on shore hear
So how
these
far away is
alarms?
I don't
Juliet
know.
now?
Sometimes
Is it
they
too
can
north?
if it's loud enough. I know I did. During leg one, I heard a...
Did you?
Yeah.
Yes, I heard an abandoned ship drill, I think.
If we do north, just due north after this, I'll put
Yeah.
us right there.
Okay,
So
great.
we're not in a bad spot.
That's better for the current, actually, to approach it from down current. That was our plan.
Well, Tara Luke says we hear them all.
Genius.
Genius eye,
This is
actually.
Frank. I may have missed it, but is there an idea how long
Looks
this
like I have a little tether.
transit
That
will
stuff's
take over
15
next
out.
target?
I think about 25 minutes, Frank.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're already about, I think, 15 minutes into it.
I think these are just all sand bumps.
Yeah, they seem to be going away.
Alright. Well, as soon as the ship stops, we can just head north.
Okay.
Now we've discovered bumps in the sand.
Should mark that down.
Okay, I'm gonna
leave that out of the targets.
Has the ship stopped yet?
No, we're only 15 meters in.
Oh,
I can
okay.
do an easy stop.
Yeah, do an easy stop, and I'll start coming back and in.
So let's see.
I'm watching the
Stop
sonar here in the
Um,
lower right-hand corner
23
of the
degrees.
quad screen,
Alright.
and the right-hand
Alright.
circle is from the
245,
Sirius
Sirius right
vehicle,
over.
and I keep seeing a persistent
Keep Sirius back.
return
Sirius 10 meters
just
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
to the
Copy that.
just to the left on the Sirius view.
Yeah. You can actually just do a 50. Get us there, I think.
Copy.
The heading
Okay, you can start
of
bringing your heading
both
around.
Sirius
Copy.
and the ROV are pretty similar, high 60s, low 70
What was it? 20?
heading.
23. I'm just gonna wait for the bell to stop.
023. Okay.
We're trying to turn off the drill bells for you on shore there.
Drills, and abandoned ship drills. All hands stand by to abandon ship. All hands stand by to abandon ship. Report to your abandoned ship station with CSD, emergency, assigned equipment. All hands report to your abandoned ship station.
Alright, looks like you're there.
All right, pilots, we are on the move.
Thank you, Nav.
Right here. Okay. Now we are seeing.
Please pardon the interruption. Your conference contains less than 3 participants at this time. If you would like to continue, press star 1 now.
Ouch! Ouch!
Okay, for those of you on shore who heard that, we're taking care of that here out on the ship.
Won't happen again.
Well, it might, but we'll take care of it again.
We will. So we are seeing undulations in the seafloor, and
that
these could
50?
very well
How
be
how far away
ripples
am I now?
caused by the currents.
So you are 64
okay.
away. So we're
Sweet.
gonna have to do another short one.
Yeah.
Into that.
But I should be in sonar range after this move.
Yes.
Awesome. Nothing exciting on my sonar. Same little sand divots. You still, what is that you have? How
I don't
far
know.
is that?
That's at 37.
Oh, is that
Ish.
just me?
I don't
No.
think so.
I'm
You're a lot
the-
smaller than
Yeah,
that.
I'm the small dark one, Cliff.
Plus, you're on the other side.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, we're getting a harder return on that one now. Might just be that hill.
Yeah.
It is a mystery what we have out here, so if it's something you can reach and visually show us.
Yep. Okay. Watch lead pilot.
Go ahead.
In the far left of your ROV screen, I see a shadow that is very angular. What do you see that angular shadow in the sonar? Just it's like the second circle out, and there's a sort of V-shaped shadow. I just wondered if we kind of look to the left.
Oh, are you talking about, wait, to the left?
On which sonar, Sirius or D2?
D2's. and it's close to the horizontal line. Second
On the left?
circle to the left
And
of
she's
the
looking
vehicle.
at the dark shadow right above your
I've just been
horizontal line.
watching that, and it just looks hard.
Okay. You can head to port. I think there's a lot of, like right in my camera view now, there's these little mound sand. Not sure
Oh,
what
I
you call
agree.
them.
Yep, I agree, pilot. It may not be anything man-made. Woo, white out.
Is it fairly well centered now? Oh, I think I see. It's about 45 degrees
Yeah,
to port.
45, right, yep, exactly, 45
Okay.
degrees.
Yep.
I don't know, just could be the crest of this little mound in front of us.
Yeah, it's still 20 meters away. We'll take a look.
The higher you lift off, the further I can show you.
These could just be large ripples from current that goes between the islands, which I'm sure is pretty strong.
Okay, it should be in view now.
Right, should be in the view. Huh.
Yeah, I think it's just these mounds here.
I think they are just the mounds. Yep, pilot, thank you.
Somewhere over there is that big shape, though. That might be the mound.
Yeah.
Somewhere right in front
It's
of
weird. 37 away, huh?
So
I
folks
guess
in
I'm
the
only about
ECC,
20
just
away, but-
we're just continuing back. Small diversion.
Oh, you know what it is, actually?
What is it, pilot? Pilot's
Since
going
we're
to tell
so
me
shallow, your sonar is not fully extended. It's probably part of the frame or something like that.
Ah, pilot, thank you very much.
This is on the Sirius
on
one.
mine.
Yeah. The Sirius sonar is designed to extend at 500 meters. I think that tricked us last.
The bright
few weeks ago.
return from the Sirius
That's why I have all this, and it's throwing me off big time.
sonar
Yeah,
is probably
it looks like you're in the middle of
because
an
we're so
interesting rocky
shallow.
bottom.
It's actually
Yeah.
looking at the ROV.
But my sonar usually works better, and it shows nothing much.
Nothing at all.
Here's the drill. Here's the drill.
Video, we zoom center screen. A white object.
This looks
It's a
like
fish head.
a fish head
That's an
sticking
eel
out of
head.
the sand. Fascinating.
It's kind of cool.
It's in a little hole.
What is this fish?
In a hole.
It's got to be an eel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Bruce
Can you,
Mundy.
if you come out partial video, just take 1 second and look at him. I'll set down to really solidify my sonar returns.
So this is an eel, and it's in the family Congridae. And I actually probably can get it to species here. I just haven't seen these things for so long because I haven't been working at this depth for very long. I've forgotten what its name is, but I'll look it up. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. And
We're in that ship move now.
there's probably going to be some more on the way over as well that are doing the same thing.
So about halfway.
Okay, thanks very much, Chris.
Okay, video.
Thanks, Chris. Hey, Chris, this is Hans. You got your cell phone with you?
Yes, I do.
He's
Can I
going
give you
to.
a call?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you give me your number?
I'll tell you what. I'll email it to you.
Please. Okay, whenever you're done with this video. So now that I've sat down, my sonar